you know that something is horribly wrong in this country and all over the world. And if you're paying any attention at all, you know it's getting worse. The privacy and freedoms you once took for granted have been taken from you without your permission. And in return, you've been given the false promise of safety. But safety from what? And from whom? The only real threat is coming from the people in power, those who pretend that they're protecting you. More and more frequently, peaceful citizens are being beaten, tasered, and shot by police for the most trivial of offenses. And we stand by and watch. Soon enough it's forgotten about, and rarely is there any kind of punishment or retribution of any kind against the uniformed attackers. Some are even hailed as heroes for attacking these innocents. So it happens again and again, until it becomes normal for you to fear going a couple miles over the speed limit for fear of being brutalized. Why should this surprise you? This is nothing new. As has happened over and over again throughout history, our society is becoming desensitized to being oppressed. And that means a terrifying future for our children and their children. It's not okay to see injustice and let it go. But people do it every day because they think it doesn't affect them. It does. Like a schoolyard bully who is allowed to terrorize and assault the other children, if that behavior is not addressed and immediately corrected, it will continue. So how do we correct it? First, we speak out when we see injustice happening. Call attention to it. Once the first person speaks up, others tend to follow suit. Be that first person. Make it clear that you will use whatever means necessary to protect the innocent. It's okay to push back. It's okay to be angry, and it's okay to be aggressive in defending not only your own rights, but the rights of others. Don't fool yourself into thinking that keeping quiet and doing as you're told, passively allowing the rights of others, the livelihoods of others, and the future of humanity to be destroyed in this way will keep trouble from landing on your doorstep. And it isn't much better to sit on the sidelines crying for change, instead of taking it upon yourself to make that change happen. People have to pick their battles. The goal here is not martyrdom. But if you will never resist, if you are never willing to forcibly defend yourself or your fellow man, if you will never draw a line and say, "This I will not allow," then you have already lost. You are already a defeated and conquered slave. Look at the societies where everyone minded his own business, tried not to make waves, and didn't resist. How did that turn out for them? This country is headed down the same destructive path. If that's okay with you, then just remain silent. Just go with the flow and do as you're told. If that's not okay with you, then disobey and resist. If someone was threatening the safety of your own child or someone else dear to you, wouldn't you aggressively defend them? Some say you gotta look out for number one, and that's true to a point. However, it has been the courage of the selfless, those willing to put themselves in harm's way to defend others, who have pushed humanity forward. The world has already had enough examples of quiet cowards, passively looking on as their fellow human beings were oppressed, tortured, brutalized, and murdered. The defenseless need to be defended. Mothers who endure the pain and sacrifice of bringing a child into the world and putting the child's happiness and survival above their own is the only reason the human race exists. If you're one of those who intend to make a difference in the world, if you consider yourself an activist, then it's your job to act as the mother of humanity. So protect your children against predators by any means necessary. A mother bear doesn't ask a predator not to eat her baby. She stops it from doing so using defensive force. Often the mere threat of force is enough to stop an attacker in his tracks. To understand this is vital. This means it is possible to lead a non-violent resistance, simply by letting it be known that we will not stand by and let another person be harmed. In the wild, the predators pick out the weak of the herd because it's safe. The human predators treat the human herd the same way, targeting one person at a time as the rest of the flock stands idly by watching. It's high time the good people stopped allowing the weak and helpless to be picked off one at a time by parasites and predators. including the parasites and predators who wear badges and uniforms. If tomorrow you are the target of the power-happy thugs of the world, you will want more than anything for others to stand up with you, to protect you and defend you. But tomorrow you will not deserve to have anyone stand up for you if you do not stand up now for those whom the predators are victimizing today. It's time we dig our heels in and let it be known that we will not be beaten down. We will not stand by and watch. We will resist, and we will not give up.